Assalamualaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome to part number 11. And the topic is towards exploring few mathematical facts of Surah Al-Kawthar, the smallest chapter of the Holy Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Surah Al-Kawthar is Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. We will do this presentation considering non-abjad based analysis. Let's move to the second slide. This is the second slide, and where we see that in table 1, alphabetical frequency and related analysis is shown. Uh, in table 1, we see that uh, in non-abjad approach there are 18 alphabets used in Surah Al-Kawthar. That means if we uh, count the numbers of the alphabets used in Surah Al-Kawthar, we will get 18 number of alphabets are used in Surah Al-Kawthar in non-abjad approach. But in Abjad approach, since Alif and Hamza are same, so there are 17 alphabets are actually found. And the same lecture is presented in my previous lecture, one of my previous lecture in part number 9. That means the same pattern of lecture is shown in part 9, showing the Abjad based analysis. But here we are going to present here in front of you the non-abjad based analysis. And in non-abjad based analysis, there are actually 18 alphabets used in this surah. So in this table, let me explain this table at first. Here, the alphabets are presented at the first column, and in the second column, serial number as per appearance are actually presented. Here we see that the 18 alphabets, so there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 up to 18 number of alphabets as per the first appearance they are actually placed here. In first ayat, the number of alphabets found in the corresponding ayat is actually presented. Same case is for second and third ayat also. But in this column, the digit sum of these three columns are presented, and then at the last column, the linear digit of these three values are actually shown. For example, we see that Alif is seen 4, 1, and 4 times in first and second and third ayat respectively of the Surah Al-Kawthar. See, if we concentrate in the first ayat, we see that Inna a'atainaka al-kawthar. Alif is number 1, number 2, number 3, and here is number 4. So Alif has appeared 4 times in first ayat. So the first ayat, Alif is actually placed 4 times here. As per the number of appearance, it will be first, but in first ayat, alif is repeated 4 times. In second ayat, we see that it is only 1 times. Fasolli li rabbika wanhar. Here after waw, we see alif. And in the last ayat, inna shani'aka huwal abtar, alif has appeared 4 times also. Here is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well after so total alif is actually 4 times appeared in an ayat number 3. If we add these three values 414, we get 9, and if we place then one after another, this number is actually 414. So these things are actually shown here. And for other harfs, the same explanation can be generated or shown. For example, the second appearance is Nun in Nash. So Alif, after Alif, there is Nun. So Nun is placed at the second position. And in first ayat, Nun is actually appeared two times in Nashani'aka huwal abtar. So two times. Fasolli li rabbika wanhar. So one times. And in Nashani'aka huwal abtar. So two times. So two and two makes five, and two and two makes 212. So in this way, the other alphabets are also, the rest of the alphabets are also shown. Third appearance is actually Ain. Inna shani'aka, inna a'tayna. So after Alif and Nun, there is Ain. So Ain is actually third appearance, and the same procedural uh, uh, facts are also applicable for the rest of the harfs. Now, if we add these things, we get these numbers 171. If we add these column, we get 15. If we add the number of these column, we get 12, and so on. And if we add the all the numbers, we get 1635. So, and if we have these numbers one after another, we actually get this big number. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Sorry, up to 18. One, to, if we linearly place 1 after 1 to 18, we actually get this big number. And we actually, if we place these values one after another, we get actually this big number. And if we have placed these values, these number one after another, we get actually 11000121, 11000121, and so on. We'll get this big number. And if we place these numbers one after another, we actually get these numbers, big number. Finally, if we place these numbers one after another, we actually get uh, this number. So actually, it is not shown here. Let me, this number actually, number. Sorry, I have missed this number here. So it will be here also. And if we place these values one after another, we actually got this very big number. So we see that we have some small and big numbers from this analysis. And actually, this number is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 in big and small numbers. And interestingly, it is found that all of them are divisible by 3. So let's move to the third slide. Here we actually present the explanation of this claim. In Surah Al-Kawthar, we have three ayats. We know this. And if we place the numbers, and if we want to find out the uh, roots of these numbers, we can easily find that these three are the roots of this number. These numbers are the roots of these numbers, and corresponding uh, values are also shown for other numbers also. So a couple of big and small number are actually found from this analysis. And we also, for example, this is a number, big number, and we see that this number is actually the multiplication of these prime values. And this is also a big number. These values are, this value is also the multiplication of these prime numbers. and this is the the biggest number found in this slide. This is the number found out combine placing these values one after another, and this number is also uh, uh, the product of these numbers. And the most common thing found from this discussion is that all of these values are divisible by the number 3. Mind it, Surah Al-Kawthar has 3 ayats. So it can be said at the last that this discussion shows that all the alphabets in Surah Al-Kawthar are perfectly oriented, aligned, and placed. Because if anyone just place or another harf, or just make any kind of rearrangement of these values, this uh, similarity cannot be shown anyway. So it can be said that uh, in the Surah Al-Kawthar, all the alphabets are placed perfectly, and they are placed orient perfectly oriented, aligned, and placed. Stunning existence of three-based divisibility is seen in this Surah Al-Kawthar. Structure of the surah is such that any change can cause mismatch in calculation. So much beauty of Quran. Subhanallah. That's all. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.